Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 21 where we will discuss the indirect and direct object pronouns lo, le, and la. So this lesson will be almost about 20 minutes long because we have a lot to cover. This is a very popular topic and finally we have come to it. So I would like for you to pull out your notebooks and take notes on this lesson. Stop, pause it. If you have to, go back and rewind, etc. So let's go ahead and get started. So I know we're supposed to be going over lo, le, and la, but we cannot discuss le without discussing the indirect object pronouns because it's more than just le. Le equals him or her, but you also have the other pronouns. So let's review them. We have me, which is me or for me, te, which means you or for you, le, which means him or her, or for him or for her. Nos, which means us or for us. Les, which means them or for them. So let's take a look at some of these sentence examples. You have ella está comprándome una casa. She is buying me a house. Or you can look at it like this. She is buying a house for me. Because me means me or for me. But it just makes more sense in English to say, she is buying me a house. It makes more sense. That's actually the direct translation. Ella está comprándome una casa. Now, let's look at the second one. Quiero decirte la verdad. I want to tell you the truth. Quiero decirte la verdad. Decirte. So you add te on the end of the verb, decir. To tell you, decirte. Dile que no quieres ir. Tell him that you don't want to go. Dile que no quieres ir. And ya. And that's it. Now, le can mean him or her, or for him and her. So, obviously, we would already know who we're talking about. So, for example, if you're saying, like, girl, my dad want me to go to the store, but I don't want to go. And I respond, pues chica, dile que no quieres ir. Tell him you don't want to go. We already know who him is. Him is your dad. So it's okay to say dile. We already know it's him. And even if you say, my mom wants me to go to the store, blah, 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 and you say, I don't want to go, you can say, girl, dile que no quiere ir. Tell her you don't want to go. Because le is him or it could be her. Okay? So next we have the indirect object pronoun nos. Mario nos compró comida. Mario bought us food. Nos compró comida. He bought us food. Then you have les. Les voy a dar respeto. I'm going to give them respect. Literally, you have here, them, I'm going to give respect. Les voy a dar respeto. But you also can say, voy a darles respeto. It's the exact same thing. So a way for you to practice these and not to forget them is to actually write down different sentence examples. Try to use these same sentences in your daily life when you're talking to people. So try talking, having regular conversations using the indirect object pronouns. So that's going to help you to become a better Spanish speaker when you practice the things that you're not really familiar with. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at le. So here you see a list of different verbs and you have le on the end of it. These are examples of how you will use le, okay? So comprarle algo, to buy something for someone, okay? Darle algo, to give something to someone. Okay, so for example, you could say, voy a darle un beso. I'm going to give him a kiss. Voy a darle un beso. I'm going to give her a kiss. And mind you, we already know who him or her is. Okay, so it's the same thing in English. You wouldn't randomly just say to someone, I'm going to give him a gift. They're going to be like, who is him? So you must have already been talking about that person before you can just say, use le. It's already known who you're talking about. So make sure that's already specified. Okay, so once again, we have comprarle algo, to buy something for someone. Darle algo, to give something to someone. Decirle algo, to say something to someone. Escribirle algo, to write something to someone. Mandarle algo, to send something to someone. Traerle algo, to bring something to someone. Servirle algo, to serve something to someone. Pedirle algo, to ask something of someone. Mostrarle algo, to show something to someone. Okay, so once again, I have to show her blah, blah, blah. Tengo que mostrarle blah, blah, blah. Like that. So there you have it. That's how you use le. Now that you know how to use le as an indirect object pronoun, you just use it as him or her. So let's go ahead and take a look at la and lo. So la means it when it's a feminine noun and her. Lo means it, and it also is a masculine noun and him. So let's look at an example of what I mean, but make sure that you write this down so that you don't forget this. Okay, it's easy to forget it when you just look at it and then 10 minutes later you're trying to figure out what's going on. Make sure you write this down. And by the way, these are called the direct object pronouns, okay? So the direct pronoun takes the place of the direct object. So let me give you an example here. You have they called Mary. Llamaron a Mary, right? Mary is the object. So directly, they called Mary. So you're going to say la llamaron. They called her. That's a direct object pronoun. So once again, let's switch the scenario. They called Michael. They called him. Lo llamaron. Because Michael is masculine, okay, and it's a direct object pronoun. So it'll be lo llamaron. For a girl, la llamaron. They called her. So look below. So these are the direct pronouns. You have me, which is the same thing as before, a little different. Me is me. Te is you. Lo or la means it's, him, or her. Nos is us, just like before. Los and las is them. Unlike before, the indirect object pronoun, it's les. This is going to be los or las. Okay, so let's look at some sentence examples on the right side. You have me llamaron. They called me. That's direct. They called me. Okay, you have te amo. That's direct. I love you. La llamaron. They called her. Nos diste mucho dinero. You gave us a lot of money. You gave us a lot of money. This one could be indirect or direct. I personally believe that nos, nos diste, you gave us. I think that's a direct object pronoun, but I've found also online that they're saying it's indirect as well, but it doesn't matter, people. At the end of the day, nos diste mucho dinero still translates to you gave us a lot of money. So rather it's direct or indirect, all this grammar stuff, I'm sorry. Rather it's either one, it don't matter. The translation is still, you gave us, okay? So that one really isn't the problem anyway. We're here to learn about lo versus la and le. The other ones are pretty much easy to catch on to. And last but not least, las comes mucho, you eat them a lot. And we're assuming that las is referring to a feminine food. So if I say fresas, for example, if we're talking about strawberries, and someone say, oh my God, girl, las comes mucho, you eat those a lot, you eat them a lot. Once again, please make sure that you write these sentences down so that you can come back and review them. Okay, and these are the direct pronouns. So now we're going to go ahead and take a look at lo and la. So it's the same thing. I'm just giving you some more sentence examples. So we have lo quiero mucho. I love him a lot. We already know that we're talking about Jimmy and is masculine. Okay? La quiero mucho. It's already known that we're talking about Brenda and it's feminine. That's why we're saying la and not lo. La comeré más tarde. We're talking about soup, which is feminine. I will eat it later. La comeré más tarde. La voy a comprar mañana. I'm going to buy it tomorrow. And I'm referring to food, which is feminine. La voy a comprar mañana. Girl, ¿tú tienes comida? Do you have food? ¿Tienes la comida? You have the food. No, todavía no. La voy a comprar mañana. I'm going to buy it tomorrow. Dile a ella que la llamo. Tell her that I'll call her. Her is Amber, so it's feminine. That's why I or another person will be saying la. Dile a ella que la llamo. Tell her that I'll call her. Lo besé. I kissed him. Lo creí. I believed him. I have the names in parentheses so that you're aware that we already know who we're talking about. So once again, don't make this common mistake by randomly saying to someone, oh, lo creí. It's like, who? So if we're already talking about someone named Oscar, it could be your boyfriend or your brother, and then it's safe to say, oh, girl, you know, when he said that, I believed him. Cuando él dijo eso, lo creí. Okay? So moving on, let's take a little quiz here. So I put these sentences in English for you, and I want you to take a second to answer these sentences. Well, pretty much translate these sentences. And I want you to use the correct form of lo, la, or le. So the very first sentence I want you to write down is, I spoke with Maria yesterday. You should already know how to say that in Spanish. Now, the quiz is, I spoke with her yesterday. Will you use lo, la, or le? Tricky. Okay, now let's take a look at, actually you all can just write down if it's lo, la, or le. Just write that down for now, and then you can come back and do the sentences later. Now let's take a look at the next sentence. They gave John money. They gave him money. Which him would you use? Is it going to be lo or le? You obviously know it's not la, because la is for women, right? They gave him money. Lo or le? The next sentence we have, I love my boyfriend. I love him. Him I love. That sounds like I'm in a novela. I love him. How would you say him? Is it going to be lo or le? Last but not least, we have the sentence, I called my mom. I called her. Is it going to be lo, la, or le? Okay, now let's go ahead and review that for a little bit. Pause this video for a bit. And then we're going to go ahead and take a look at the answers. So the first sentence, you have, I spoke with Maria yesterday. Hablé con Maria ayer. Which once again, you should already know, this is just past tense, regular past tense. Hablé con Maria ayer. I spoke with Maria yesterday. I spoke with her yesterday. Le hablé ayer. Because this is indirect pronoun. That's right, indirect object pronoun. Le hablé ayer. Moving on. They gave John money. Dieron dinero a John. Or ellos dieron dinero a John. They gave him money. Le dieron dinero. Indirect object pronoun. I love my boyfriend. Quiero a mi novio. Or you can say, amo a mi novio. Gosh, I love him. Lo quiero. That's direct. I love him. I'm not loving to him. I can't say I love to him. I love for him. It's no, I love him. That's direct. Lo quiero. Or you can say lo amo. The last sentence, I called my mom. Llamé a mi mamá. Just the regular past tense. I called her. La llamé. That's a direct object pronoun. I didn't call to her. I didn't call for her, right? I called her. That's direct. La llamé. I hope this makes sense to you all. I understand that this lo, la, le can be extremely annoying, but you will start to eventually get it. The more you use it in sentences, the more you create sentences with this, you'll just start saying it without thinking about it. Okay? So let's go ahead and look at the homework. Once again, just make sure you pause the video, write these down. If I'm going too fast, go back and rewind. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the homework. And this is what I want you guys to do. I want you to translate the following 4 sentences. Okay, so this is your homework. Translate these following 4 sentences. You don't have to do it today. You can do it tomorrow, a week from now. Go at your own pace. And these are going to be the direct object pronouns. So I'm kind of giving you the answer right now. But make sure you can translate these sentences. And then taking a look at the other part of the homework. I hope you didn't think it was just 4 sentences now, did you? Now you're going to do the same thing and translate these 4 sentences, but you're only using le. Okay? So the indirect object pronoun. So yes, you're right. Every one of these 4 sentences is going to be le for him or her. So you just need to see if you know how to correctly format the sentence, okay? And don't hesitate to look up your answer. What I want you all to do is to try. Write down a sentence, translate these sentences, try to translate yourself, and then whatever you come up with, go ahead and look it up. So you can just go to Google Translate or however it is that you self-correct your sentences. Type in what you put in Spanish and then see how it comes out in English on the translator. And then turn around and type what you want to say in English, well, the sentences I put here, and then see how it comes out in Spanish. And that's how you can self-correct your sentences. Or if you have any friends that are native speakers, etc., or someone who speaks fluently that's able to correct it for you. Okay? So that's all for this lesson, everyone. And I hope that you all enjoyed this lesson. I know it was pretty lengthy. It's almost 20 minutes. We're actually at about 17. But if you have any questions, remember, don't hesitate to email me. I'm here to answer any of your questions. And I will see you all next week for week 22, lesson 22. Adios.